Hi Taurus, how are you? This is going to be a reading for mid-May. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It is a collective reading. I'm picking up on multiple energies. If you'd like to book a personal reading, please email me at canceriandivinelightlovetarot@gmail.com. All personal readings will be 1 hour long, where we tap into your energy and your person's energy, and we'll give you specific details to your life. Remember that everything I say could be you or your. Also remember that if I say a scenario that does not resonate for your life, it's going to resonate for someone else watching. So keep that in mind. Only take the scenarios that I give you that resonate for you. Let's look and see what's in store for Taurus, mid-May. Past energy for Taurus, please show me. Past energy for Taurus, please show me. Past energy for Taurus. Past energy for Taurus. You were possibly thinking about traveling. You could have had someone that was wanting to travel towards you. You could have been dealing with a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. But the Three of Wands is someone who's waiting for their ships to arrive. So you were waiting for someone to come to you, or someone was waiting for you. You also could have in the past wanted to travel. Past energy for Taurus, please show me. In the past, you could have been dealing with a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus like yourself. Either you and that person were thinking about wanting to travel, okay, or waiting for someone to come towards you. Okay. Well, that got real serious quickly. In the past, Taurus, you had someone who was possibly toxic around you, okay? This person could have been a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. This person could have been a Capricorn, but there was someone who was toxic around you. They could have been waiting for you. Obviously, you're not going to wait for someone toxic, but they could have been waiting to come around you. You could have been dealing with someone in the past who had an addiction, okay? So only take this scenario if it resonates. You could have been dealing with someone who was a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio who was toxic. They had an addiction. It could have been a drug addiction. It could have been a drinking addiction. It could have been a sexual addiction where they just, have multiple partners. Whatever it is, they had some kind of toxic codependency. And if you were dealing with this person, you would have decided to move away from them and drop that person, because Two of Pentacles in reverse means I'm dropping this person. This is juggling two people. This is dropping it. So either you decided to drop this toxic person because they didn't serve you for your higher good, or you were dealing with someone who had an addiction, okay? You could have been dealing with a Capricorn because the Devil card represents Capricorn, but this person was toxic. So you could have been dealing with someone in your past who was toxic. We're going to figure it out. If not, that's just dealing with a Capricorn. Capricorns, unfortunately, have this horrible card representing them, which is the Devil card. But, there could be a very good Capricorn in your life who was wanting to come towards you. It doesn't have to be a bad, if you're not dealing with a Capricorn, then it means this is someone who was toxic and had codependencies, okay? Some kind of addiction. Others of you could have just been dealing with a Capricorn. Present energy for Taurus. The Arise. Okay, in this deck, the Arise represents someone who needs to quiet their mind, set away time for you to take yourself away from distraction, focus on meditation, and listen, because the universe wants to communicate with you. This is a very beautiful card. You don't find it in every deck, but it represents time that is set aside to release all distractions, sit by yourself, turn on very calming music, or maybe like the sound of rainfall, or the sound of a flickering flame in a fireplace, whatever it is, to quiet your mind, because the universe wants to communicate with you and give you some kind of message. And those spiritual messages come, sometimes they come between 3 and 5 a.m. because that's when you're quiet, your mind is quiet. So if you do wake up between the hours of 3 and 5 a.m., it's very important that you pay attention to what are the messages that you receive spiritually in that time, because that's when spirit likes to communicate. And it's very important that you pay attention to those messages, because there can be something very sufficient for you in there. Something very efficient, I mean. Something very efficient for you to hear. Okay. You could have had something that was burdening you. We're going to clarify this. Or you could have had a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries in your mix. Future energy for Taurus. Something is burdening you, or was a burden for you. Future energy, you have the Death card in reverse. If you are dealing with a Scorpio, you're releasing that Scorpio, because this Scorpio has become very heavy for your heart, okay? So if you are dealing with a Scorpio, Death card in reverse means I don't want to deal with Scorpio anymore. We're taking the Scorpio out. They've been a heavy burden on my life. If not, it means there could be something that is not transforming in your life. Let's say this person in your past, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a sibling. It could be a coworker. It could be a neighbor. It could be a friend. Maybe you have a best friend who has a toxic addiction, you know, to drinking or drugs. And there's no transformation with this person. This person, you know, you're choosing to move on, go, you know, make your life a better life, and settle down, get married, do whatever you're doing. And this person wants to stick to the partying and the drinking and the drugs. And you're just like, you know what, I can't deal with you because I'm on a different page. So there's no transformation with this person, okay? It does not have to always be romantic. It could be a friend or a cousin or a neighbor or a colleague or whatever. Future energy. But if you are dealing with a Scorpio, it looks like you're releasing them because there's no transformation from dealing with this person. Yeah, and this person, 5 of Cups, you could have been very disappointed from this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, okay? They are someone who is not divinely guided, not divinely enlightened, okay? Or this Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, whoever you're dealing with. Someone that you are dealing with is just not divinely guided. And there's a lot of disappointment. You could have a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that's disappointed in you. So however it resonates, every Taurus is different. Not every person is on the same page or the same path, but someone here has a lot of disappointment. And this 5 of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Cancers of Pisces and Scorpio are water signs. Very emotional, very sensitive. Okay, so you have somebody here who feels like this. So either you feel like this because of a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio feels like this about you, Taurus. But it just depends. You, Taurus, could have been dealing with a very toxic person, and they made you feel very disappointed. They made you feel very, you know, like regretful that you were dealing with them, and there's going to be no transformation with this person because you're letting them go. Okay, let's find out what's going on here. So there's no transformation with a specific person. Why is the Devil card? Ooh. Okay. Very interesting the way that flipped out. I was about to clarify the Devil card, and I get the Judgment card, which represents to me that this person was a karmic lesson for you to learn, okay? So the Devil card with the Judgment card. This was a karmic lesson for you to deal with this person. Meaning that you had to pay off karmic debt, they had to pay off karmic debt, but there was a lesson that had to be learned, okay? Judgment means I'm going to complete this cycle. I'm going to learn my lessons. This person doesn't serve me for my higher good because I can recognize that they are toxic. Okay, and so we're done. Okay, so if you were dealing with a Capricorn or someone toxic, this person was in your life because you had to learn some kind of karmic lesson, and you had to enhance your spirituality, enhance your spiritual awakening, and the only way you can do that is learning the hard way. Unfortunately, this is the way it is. It's not easy. Believe me, I completely understand how difficult karmic relationships can be. But the thing about it is that if you can take the lessons and understand that even these people who are toxic in your life taught you something. They taught you what you should look for in a next relationship, red flags. They awakened your mind to things that maybe you were not aware of before. And so you move on to the next person very awakened and advanced spiritually, mentally, emotionally, so that when you get into a new relationship, you don't have to deal with these kinds of things. Okay? Lessons to be learned are good because then you become a better person and you move on with your life on a higher level. This is all considering that you don't play fire with fire, meaning if someone cheats or lies or deceives or has some kind of toxic energy or codependency or addiction, you don't follow in their footsteps. You're a better person. You release them, you remove them, and then you can move on to your life. And when you keep yourself pure, now the universe comes in and grants you with a beautiful blessing, which is going to compensate you for the suffering that you had here. Okay? So whoever this toxic person was, it could have been a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. It could have been a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It could have been a Sagittarius, whoever. Somebody here was toxic and you released them and you learned your lesson, okay? Now the universe wants to awaken you. Since you have taken that lesson and moved on, now it's time to release that person, but also to pay attention to the universe because it wants to give you a spiritual message. Please pay attention. Keep a journal near your beds. If you wake up between 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., this is the time when spirit likes to communicate. If you sit there and listen, pay attention. If you hear a song in your head or a thought comes to mind, pay attention because you are receiving those thoughts. You are not thinking those thoughts. There's a very big difference between a thought that is received or a thought that you think on your own. Okay, during the waking hours when you're active and you have a very busy lifestyle, you are thinking your own thoughts. But during sleep, especially during those times, you're receiving thoughts. Okay, and the universe wants to communicate. The universe and spiritual guides always communicate with us. If it's a butterfly or a bird or a penny on the ground or a song that you hear, there's messages in everything. So be very cognizant of what's going on around you. Why is the arise here? Okay, very interesting. So some of you Taurians are dealing with a Scorpio who has taken away your energy, okay? Or you're dealing with someone in the past. It could have been a Virgo, it could have been whoever you're dealing with, okay? To make it simple, the person you were dealing with, they tired you mentally, emotionally, physically. They took away your strength. When you have these two cards together, the Strength card, Major Arcana, with the Ten of Wands, means they tired your soul, okay? They took away the strength in your heart, body, soul, okay? But now there's a transformation, there's a change, okay? And this change is happening when you pay attention to spiritual messages and you become very enlightened. You're going to pay attention, you're going to hear things, see things, feel things, understand things. There's going to be a big transformation for you, okay? Which is going to make you a better person, a better everything. Scenario 2. You lost all energy and this Leo tired you out, okay? You were dealing with a Leo or a Sagittarius. Now there's a transformation where you're removing yourself from that scenario because you don't want to deal with them anymore. Or this is a Scorpio who took away your strength and left you, feeling so heavily burdened. Whoever this person is, you're removing them, you're transforming yourself because you want to come out of this feeling tired energy. Why is the 10 of Wands here? Okay, so if you were dealing with a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, they may be wanting to communicate with you. If you were dealing with a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, You may have released that person because now you're focusing on someone who you want partnership with. If you were dealing with, you could have been dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in the past who you want to release because now you want to focus on someone new. But even if you're single, pay attention to these spiritual messages because these two cards are very powerful right here. Eight of Wands with the Arise card means you're receiving messages spiritually. So keep that journal near your bed. Record your dreams. Pay attention to messages that come during 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Also, if you turn on your car and you hear a song, what's the first song that you hear? Pay attention to the lyrics. There's a message there. Pay attention to billboards around you. Pay attention to signs, to the ground, everywhere around you. Be cognizant because the spiritual energy wants to communicate with you. And this communication is going to give you some kind of transformation, okay? And it's going to take you out of feeling tired from whoever you are dealing with. So it's very important that you pay attention to those spiritual messages coming for you. You're going to receive a download. Pay attention, okay? Future energy. You could be in a relationship with someone, okay, whoever this person is, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Sagittarius, whoever. Some of you could be releasing someone from your life and now you're going to get married in the future energy. Okay, 10 of Cups is the marriage card. Single or not, this is the marriage card, meaning what's the transformation? What's the change? Is that now you're going to be happy in some kind of family environment, okay? Why is the Death card in reverse? If you were dealing with a Scorpio, you're releasing that Scorpio because there was too much fighting and arguing with this person. Okay, the Scorpio is going bye-bye because there was too much fighting and arguing. Yeah, fighting and arguing equals farguing, okay? Too much farguing. I just created a new word. And this fighting and arguing with this Scorpio or with this Virgo or with this Sagittarius or with this Leo or whoever, Cancer, you're like, you know what? I'm done with you. Okay, when you release that person, then here comes this new person or this person that you're involved with now that's going to want to marry you. Okay, wife you up, husband you up, whatever it is, and here you go, happy family. Okay, Scorpio. Oh, okay, see, some of you are dealing with Scorpio. And I do have it 2 times. So if you are dealing with a Scorpio or a Cancer, specifically water sign, right? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, high energy for Scorpio, and there is some Cancer here. You're not going to deal with them anymore. Once you release them, here comes the happy family. Okay? So scenario 1, 2, and 3, which one are you? Please let me know in the comments. Okay, Taurus, I wish you all light and love. Look at that. This is so important. I can't stress this enough. This is intuition. This is tapping into your higher self. Praying. The best time to receive these spiritual messages is when you're praying. Because when you're praying, you're becoming pure and you're focusing on prayer and your mind is quiet. Pray so that you can receive these spiritual messages, Taurus. Okay? Very important. Thank you, Taurus. I will see you in June. I hope you enjoy the rest of your May. And focus, Taurus. There's a download coming. Okay? I wish you all light and love. Namaste.